Robert Malcolm Sapp was born in Colorado in 1973, initially finding his true calling on the gridiron rather than the fighting ring. He was a phenomenal football talent, playing as an aggressive offensive lineman for the University of Washington, before getting drafted into the NFL. However, his professional football career was unexpectedly cut short due to injuries and a controversial suspension. Standing at a massive 6 feet 5 inches, he needed to find another canvas for his power. Finding himself completely broke after his football dreams shattered, Bob briefly worked at a funeral home moving heavy coffins for money. He soon realized that his terrifying physique and natural charismatic flair could be utilized inside the professional wrestling industry. He began training intensely, developing a larger-than-life alter ego that would quickly capture national attention. The world was about to witness the spectacular rise of a combat sports phenomenon unlike any other. In the early 2000s, combat sports in Japan were experiencing a golden era, and the legendary Pride Fighting Championships needed monsters. Bob Sapp stepped into the ring and instantly became an overnight cultural phenomenon due to his terrifying size. The Japanese audience had never seen a human being look so genuinely intimidating, yet possess such an entertaining and expressive personality. He was quickly given the iconic nickname, the Beast, as he literally ran through opponents. He did not possess advanced technique, but his raw, unadulterated power was more than enough to overwhelm seasoned world-class martial artists. Sapp would simply charge across the canvas like a runaway freight train, throwing wild, heavy punches that could knock out any man. He became a mainstream superstar outside the ring as well, appearing on countless Japanese television commercials and variety shows. He was easily one of the most recognizable faces in the entire country at the time. The absolute peak of his competitive combat career came when he crossed over into the highly technical world of K1 kickboxing. Nobody expected a raw, clumsy brawler to survive against highly decorated strikers who spent decades mastering the sweet science of kicking. Yet, Bob completely shocked the global combat community by defeating the legendary four-time K1 World Grand Prix champion Ernesto Hoost. It remains one of the single greatest upsets in sports history to this very day. He did not just beat Hoost once, he actually defeated the Dutch tactical master twice in a row using pure brute strength. Sapp would corner the technical genius against the ropes, unleashing a relentless barrage of massive hammer fists that completely defied kickboxing logic. While purists hated his lack of classical form, audiences could not get enough of the absolute chaos he brought. He proved that under the right circumstances, raw power can break even the most perfect technique. Perhaps the most iconic moment of his entire MMA career occurred at the massive Pride Shockwave event in 2000 before 90,000 fans. Bob was matched against the legendary Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master Antonio Rodrigo Minotauro Nogueira in a classic freak show battle. The fight became an instant timeless masterpiece, contrasting Sapp's terrifying power against Nogueira's unbreakable spirit. Early in the bout, Bob executed a horrific, devastating piledriver that shocked the world. Nogueira somehow survived the brutal impact, absorbing an unbelievable amount of punishment from the 350-pound monster. As the fight progressed, the giant began to exhaust his energy reserves, exposing his lack of submission defense. Nogueira capitalized on this flaw, locking in a beautiful armbar in the second round to force a dramatic submission. Despite losing the historic fight, Bob's stock rose tremendously after delivering such an unforgettable spectacle. As the years rolled on, the physical toll of his fighting style began to alter his approach toward competitive combat sports. Bob realized that taking severe head trauma was not sustainable, and his mindset shifted heavily toward pure sports entertainment. He began traveling the world, accepting fight offers from various global promotions, but often giving up the moment he faced real adversity. This controversial business model resulted in a notorious, lengthy losing streak on his official record. He openly admitted in later interviews that he was operating purely as a businessman, prioritizing health and paychecks over titles. He would enter the ring, create an intense, terrifying atmosphere during the introductions, and then tap out quickly after receiving a hard punch. While hardcore fight purists criticized this behavior, Bob was laughing all the way to the bank. He successfully protected his brain while maximizing his global earnings across multiple entertainment industries. Today, Bob Sapp's unique position in the grand history of combat sports is viewed with a fascinating mix of awe and deep appreciation. He was the ultimate bridge between legitimate high-level martial arts and pure, unadulterated freak show entertainment. He showed promoters around the globe that charisma and a terrifying look can draw more money than technical masterclasses. The combat sports landscape would simply not be the same without the wild, chaotic era of the Beast. He transitioned beautifully into professional wrestling and movie roles, proving that his entertainment value extended far beyond real fighting. From a broke former football player to an international pop culture icon, his journey remains completely unprecedented. He played a character perfectly, capitalizing on his genetic gifts to secure financial freedom while entertaining millions. Bob Sapp will forever be remembered as the lovable monster who shook the world with his raw power.